Midnight Bell by Graeme Alexander. It took them 2 days to track the signal. 2 days of sleeping in shifts, mapping the jungle with scavenged gear and waiting for the moment to strike. They moved like ghosts, dirty, sunburned, starving ghosts, but ghosts with intent.
I find myself in the coastal town of Aberdune, where the midnight bell tolls every night at precisely 12 o'clock. The belfry stands like a sentinel against the horizon, its crumbling stones whispering tales of those long gone. There's something eerie about it, a sensation that pricks at my skin, a chill that's not entirely from the sea breeze. The church's weathered steeple looms above, its silhouette jagged against the moonlit sky, and I can almost hear the ghostly choruses of the past. It's a soundscape that draws me in, a cryptic melody that compels an investigator's heart. The bell doesn't merely toll, it resonates with the stories of those who vanish each time it chimes. The last to disappear was a young woman named Eliza Grant, gone since the 12th chime on the 13th of March. Just like that, poof, into thin air. What kind of place allows a bell to become a harbinger of doom? Each clang sends ripples through the town, and with each toll, someone disappears or returns. Changed. It's a strange correlation, and I can't help but feel that the answers lie within the very sound of that bell, echoing through the night like a morbid clock counting down to an unknown fate.
I've been combing through field recordings, capturing details that might reveal more than just local folklore. Field recordings from the church reveal the bell's escapement, a mechanical click that seems to keep time with the tide. As I listen, I'm struck by the eerie creaks echoing through the rectory.
Each creak, each click, seems to map out a pattern, like a code waiting to be cracked. My notes are pinned to the wall, tide maps marked with colorful pins that correspond with the bell's chimes. The last chime, the last disappearance. There's a connection I can almost taste on my tongue. But as I delve deeper, I begin to feel something lurking just beyond the edge of awareness. Sounds that shouldn't be there.
Did you question Laird thoroughly back then? Did you question Laird thoroughly back then? Did you question Laird thoroughly back then?
Because it's more than a bell, Maeve. It's a signal, a reckoning. People vanish every time it tolls. I need to understand why. Her gaze drops, as if she's weighing my words against a truth too heavy to bear. Some things are better left buried. I can feel the tension in the air, a subtle shift. I need her to open up, but the walls around her heart are fortified. What drives a person to cling so tightly to their fears? What ghosts haunt her every thought?
I press on, revealing my own obsession, how the bell's toll is tied to the tides, how each disappearance seems to echo a greater force at play. Everything in Aberdune is intertwined, I say, my voice firm. You can't deny there's a pattern. Maeve looks up, her expression suddenly fierce. Patterns can be deceiving. Just because you see them doesn't mean they're real.
Each conversation is a push and pull, and as she retreats into silence, it only fuels my determination. I venture deeper into the town's history, the lives of those who vanished and those who've been left behind. Rumors swirl like the fog that blankets Aberdune at night, hints of a counselor intent on closing the parish for development, a historian who scribbles redacted notes, and a grieving lover who swears the bell speaks in their voice.
I record interviews with the locals, the sound of their voices layered like the very tide I'm tracking. Their disbelief, their fear, each tone revealing the fear beneath their bravado. "You're chasing shadows?" the counselor scoffs, his voice clipped and defensive. "You think this town has time for your wild theories?" I can hear the tremor in his words, and yet I press on. Each denial is a clue, each dismissal a thread that pulls tighter. Finally, as I sit beneath the belfry, the air heavy with the scent of salt and decay, I close my eyes and listen.
Suddenly, an extra chime resonates through the silence, a haunting sound that curls around my mind. I sit upright, pulse racing. Was that an illusion?
I feel the sense of unease deepening. There's something lurking beneath the surface, a darkness that stretches beyond the bell itself. As I record the sound of the night, I realize it's more than just a bell tolling at midnight. It's a call to the lost, a beckoning for answers. The town listens, but will I be able to decipher the truth before the bell tolls again?
I can't shake the feeling that with each passing moment, I'm drawing closer to an irreversible event. Something is waiting to be unleashed, something that might shatter everything I thought I knew.
I'll uncover the truth behind the midnight bell, come what may. But as I focus on the soundscape around me, I can't shake the sense that the answers I seek might lead to more questions than I can handle. The clock ticks, and the weight of the town's secrets presses down harder than the fog rolling in from the sea, thick and suffocating. The midnight bell will toll again, and I'm determined to be ready.
Creaking wooden floorboards, heavy with age.
The next day dawns murky, the sun shy behind weathered clouds that feel too heavy to shift. Aberdune seems to hold its breath, waiting for me to uncover its secrets. I decide to visit the parish archives, where the past is preserved in brittle pages and fading ink. The air thickens with the scent of damp paper and the weight of years. I push through the door, the old lock protesting, "Chime," and step into the dimly lit room. A flickering overhead bulb casts erratic shadows that dance across the shelves lined with ledgers. I run my fingers over the spines, feeling the stories hidden within. Whispers of paper as I browse through the ledgers. My heart quickens as I pull out a ledger from the 1950s, the spine cracked and fragile. I flip through the pages, searching for any mention of the bell and its tolls. The ink scratches against the paper, revealing records of births, deaths, and mysterious disappearances. Turning pages, a faint rustle. Then I find it, a name that sends a shiver down my spine. Eleanor Waverley, vanished without a trace on the night of the midnight bell's toll in 1953. The entry carries the weight of sorrow. "The bell tolls for the lost," I murmur under my breath, feeling a chill as if the room itself is listening. A distant, echoing bell toll, crisp yet melancholic. My mind races. Eleanor's disappearance is one of many that mirror the pattern I've begun to unravel, each toll pulling someone deeper into the town's dark history. I can't let this slip through my fingers. I make a note to seek out her descendants, desperate to hear their story. As I exit the archives, I catch sight of Maeve leaning against her car, her brow furrowed in thought, gravel crunching underfoot. She looks up, eyes piercing through the haze of my thoughts. "You found something," she states, half a question. "Eleanor Waverley. She disappeared the night the bell tolled. There's a whole list of them, Maeve. It's like the bell is a harbinger." Maeve crosses her arms, skepticism etched across her features. "You think every chime is tied to a disappearance? That's a dangerous line of thinking. And yet, you can't deny the coincidences. There's a connection. I can feel it." She laughs softly, but it's devoid of humor. "You think you're the first to chase this ghost? People have come and gone, but the bell still tolls. You should tread carefully, or you might find yourself on that list."
"You're not helping, Maeve. I need to understand what happened, why this keeps happening." Her face softens momentarily, but the steel returns. "What if the answers you seek are better left buried? You're playing with forces you don't understand." In that moment, the unease settles in deeper. Distant seagull cry, carrying an undercurrent of foreboding. I turn to leave, but Maeve calls after me, her voice sharper now. "You think you can just expose it all? The town has its reasons for silence. You might not like what you find."
Then I'll dig deeper. I have to. As I walk away, her warning lingers, an echoing doubt that battles with my resolve. I need to follow the threads, document every whisper, every hidden truth. Over the next few days, I interview the townsfolk, each conversation a thread woven into a complex tapestry. SFX, ambient cafe sounds, muted conversation, coffee clinks. I sit with the bellkeeper's grandchild, Maeve O'Rourke, whose fingers fidget with a set of keys as he speaks.
"Those keys are mine. I don't know how they got there. I mean, I shouldn't have them." I lean closer, capturing the tension in his voice. "What do you mean, shouldn't? Are you saying they don't belong to you?" He looks away, glancing back at the door as if it might offer him an escape. "I found them in the old belfry. No one was supposed to go in there. It's sealed."
"Then why did you go?" I was curious. I wanted to hear what the bell sounded like at midnight. A shiver runs down my spine. The midnight bell. What did he hear? As I leave, the weight of Maeve O'Rourke's words hangs heavy in the air. SFX, footsteps on cobblestone, a faint bell toll in the distance. Each encounter only deepens the mystery. I meet with the counselor, a man named Griffith, whose words drip with condescension. "You want to dig up the past? It's not worth the trouble. We need to move forward, not linger on shadows. But there's a tremor in his voice, a crack in his facade, noting the tension. Wouldn't it benefit the town to know the truth? His eyes narrow. Truth is subjective. You could ruin everything with your investigation. As I leave, I can hear a faint echo of doubt in his voice. SFX, door slamming, the sound reverberating through the hallway. Then there's the historian, Edith, whose notes are laced with redaction. SX paper scratching as I take notes. I can't share everything, she insists, her eyes darting to the shadows. Some things are better left unspoken. You're hiding something. What is it?
You wouldn't understand. The bell isn't just a bell. It's a reminder, a warning. The atmosphere in that room thickens, as if the shadows themselves conspire to keep secrets hidden. I returned to the belfry one night, determined to capture the bell's toll on tape. Wind howling, the creak of the belfry door. The wood groans beneath my weight, the air electric with anticipation. I set my recorder down, the red light blinking steadily. Static crackle as the recording starts.
Get legal and find Grantham. Get legal and find Grantham.
I lean into the sound, intent on recording every note, every nuance. Tape hiss rises, an erratic heartbeat mingling with the tolls. But there's an unsettling layer beneath, an extra chime that pierces through, echoing a memory I can't quite grasp. As I listen, a rush of voices seems to rise from the depths of my mind, whispers that resonate within the tolling. Distant whispers, indistinct yet...
Am I losing my grip on reality? Is the bell summoning something hidden within me? Or is it merely the town's secrets clawing at the edges of my consciousness? Feeling exposed, I grab my recorder and retreat to the safety of my car. SFX, footsteps crunching on gravel. The tolls of the midnight bell swirl around me, each sound a reminder of the darkness lurking just beneath the surface. I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched, monitored by forces beyond my understanding. After a sleepless night, I pore over my recordings, trying to piece together the puzzle. The weight of the midnight bell lies heavy in the air. I sit alone in my dimly lit room, the cacophony of last night's recordings playing through my mind like a haunting refrain. Beneath the chaos of the tolls, I can't shake the feeling that some truth is lurking just out of reach. I sift through my notes, trying to make sense of the people I've met so far. The bell stands as a silent sentinel, and each conversation pulls at threads woven deep into the tapestry of this town. I lean back, pressing a hand against my forehead, feeling the fatigue settle like a fog. Why does this place feel so alive and so dead at once?
Griffith's dismissive tone rings in my ears again. You want to dig up the past? It's not just a question, it's a warning. The very air feels thick with deception. But I'm not ready to back down. The shadows of the past need light, and tonight, something tells me they'll put on a show. I grab my gear and head back toward the belfry, determination replacing doubt. The streets are deserted. A sharp wind cuts through like a blade, rustling the leaves in a frenzied dance. Wind howling, echoing through empty streets. I'm not alone. The town seems to watch, holding its breath, as if anticipating something sinister. In the belfry, I set my recorder on the wooden ledge, the red light glowing ominously. A small click as the records. The wind whistles through the cracks, an eerie symphony that sends shivers down my spine. Tonight, I need to capture every nuance of the midnight bell. I need to know what lies beneath its surface.
I glance at the clock, the hands inching closer to midnight. I can feel the pulse of the town synchronizing with my own heartbeat. Then it begins. Bell tolls reverberating through the air. 1, 2, 3. The notes cascade down like a waterfall, each toll a reminder of what's been lost. But then, a sharp intake of breath. There's a distortion, an extra chime weaving through the cadence, almost drowned out by the primary tolls. It's a sound I've never heard before, a whisper of something ancient and unforgiving. I lean closer to the mic, straining to capture this anomaly. Tape hiss as if the recorder struggles to contain the sound. The bell tolls again. 4, 5, 6. The extra chime strikes once more, clear and undeniable. It speaks to me, resonating deep within my chest, echoing memories I've long buried. I can't help but wonder, am I the only one who hears it? The thought sends a chill coursing through me. It's like the forest itself is alive with history. I stumble back, the weight of their words pressing against me. This is no ordinary sound. It's a call to arms, a summoning of the lost. Then, a strange thought strikes me. What if the bell's chimes are linked to the disappearances? What if each ring marks a moment of reckoning, a price to pay? I pull myself together, focusing on the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. But something seems off. A distant clang. I can't remember how many times the bell has tolled tonight. I check my watch, a creeping dread settling in my gut. The time is right, but the tolling, it's different. The extra chime returns, echoing in my mind, taunting me. It's as if the bell knows I'm here. It's withholding something, playing a game with me. I refuse to be a pawn. I gather my things ready to leave, but I hear a noise behind me. Footsteps, careful and measured. Hollow footsteps on wooden floorboards. I spin around, the shadows shifting, morphing into shapes that twist and turn, but it's just the wind, or so I tell myself. Creaking wood, the door slightly ajar. I peer into the darkness, heart racing. A figure materializes, vague and formless, bathed in the dim light of the belfry. "Who's there?" I call out, my voice faltering. No answer comes, just the chilling sound of the wind and the echo of the tolling bell. I step back, heart pounding, and the bell tolls again. This time, it feels like it's mocking me. One final chime that reverberates, longer than the rest. I can't linger. Whatever the bell has summoned, I'm not prepared to face. I bolt for the door, the echoes of the toll mingling with the sound of my footsteps. As I burst outside, the world feels different, charged with a sense of impending doom. Hess, door slamming shut, the sound echoing into the night. I can't shake the feeling that I've just begun to scratch the surface. The town is alive, and the midnight bell is leading me to something perilous. But in this game of sound and silence, what happens if I uncover too much too soon?
I need to regroup. I need to understand the stakes and the players. The truth is out there, tangled within the bell's tolls, and I will unravel it, no matter the cost. The clock is ticking, and the midnight hour approaches once more.
Yo. The chill of the night air wraps around me as I walk away from the belfry, the tolling of the bell still echoing in my mind. My heart races, not just from the jolt of fear, but from something deeper, an inexplicable pull toward the secrets hidden within this eerie town. The wind howls, a distant gull cries. Each sound feels like a whisper from the past, urging me to listen closely, to uncover what others dare not. I return to my makeshift studio, a cramped room in an old inn that smells faintly of salt and mildew. Door creaking open. As I settle into the shadows, I flick the switch on my recorder and let the soft hum of the machine fill the silence. I need to document everything, the tolls, the whispers, the very essence of this place.
June 15th, 11:47 p.m. Just past midnight, the bell tolled again. It's haunting and beautiful, but there lies an undercurrent of dread that I can't shake. The latest disappearance, Eliza Grant, seems tied to this bell in ways I can't yet articulate. What if each toll marks a moment when someone pays a price? I need to analyze the patterns, find the connections. Rustling papers, a map crumpling. I spread out the tide maps, each pin set meticulously where bodies had been found or last seen. Essex, soft clicking, pins striking the wood. The chimes of the bell correlate with these disappearances. 4 times this year, and each time a tolling at midnight. Every death, every reappearance seems like a cruel game orchestrated by unseen hands. I can't help but wonder who, or what, controls this sinister rhythm. Then, as if conjured by my thoughts, I remember the townsfolk's whispers about the bellkeeper's grandchild, Maeve O'Rourke. The stories of the old man's secrets, how he guards the bell like a shrine. A door creaking open, revealing echoes of distant conversations. His keys, they say, were never meant to exist. I need to confront him, but first I have to gather more evidence.
The recorder is my ally. I'll collect interviews with locals, their voices weaving a tapestry of suspicion and fear.
Look, I don't know what you expect to find. The bell's been here forever, and so have the disappearances. It's just the way of things.
I can sense the tension beneath his words, the reluctance to divulge truths buried deep.
You think the bell chooses? It's not like that. It's just people go missing, and others, they return, but not the same. Those words cling to me. The bell doesn't just toll, it transforms lives. Faint bell tolling in the distance, rhythmic yet unsettling. I leave the inn, my resolve tightening. The night feels charged, electric. I wander the streets, piecing together fragments of conversations like a puzzle. Footsteps on cobblestones, a distant foghorn. I encounter Counselor Griffith, the counselor, under a street lamp that flickers like the light of truth he's trying to cast away.
You're trying to close the parish. Why, Counselor Griffith? What's the rush? He shifts, eyes darting. Development is necessary for progress. The bell, it's just an old relic. The world moves on. People can't seem to move on, though. Not since the disappearances began. He stiffens, a shadow crossing his face. Sometimes what's forgotten should stay that way.
I sense the weight of his words, a warning cloaked in a bitter truth. I can't let fear guide me. I need to push deeper. I make my way to the local historical society, where Edith Lowe digs through archives, the air thick with dust and echoes of forgotten story.
You've been studying the bell's history. What do you know about the times it tolled before someone vanished?
The records are incomplete. There are gaps, you see, redacted times that suggest something sinister.
What are you hiding? He glances around, lowering his voice as if the very walls could betray him. Let's just say that shackles of the past are hard to break. Every piece I gather leads me closer to a truth wrapped in layers of fear and deception. I can't let this moment slip away.
As I leave, the faint toll of the bell returns, but this time it feels different, more urgent. The bell tolls, a deep resonance followed by a lighter.
The sound wraps around me, demanding my attention. It's not just the bell tolling, it's the town itself calling out. With each reverberation, I feel the weight of their secrets pressing down upon me.
One last stop before the night closes in. Rowan Hale, the grieving lover. I need to hear their madness, the desperation that might hold the key.
I approach their dwelling, the air growing thick with dread. Door creaking open, a gust of wind. The tolling bell echoes again, just as I step inside. One long toll, then silence hangs heavy. I take a breath, knowing I'm on the precipice of something monumental. Heartbeat, pounding, matching the rhythm of the tolls. I won't turn back now. This is my moment to uncover the truth. The layers within the bell's chime that may lead to salvation or ruin. The stakes are higher than I had imagined, and as I listen to the echoes of the bell, I realize there's no turning back.
But what if I uncover something I'm not meant to find?
Heavy rain pattering against windows, wind howling through the eaves.
With each thunderclap, I step deeper into the gloom that envelops Rowan Hale's home. Shadows flinch and flicker in the candlelight, barely illuminating the walls plastered with fading photographs of a love long gone. "You're not safe here, are you?" I ask, moving slowly, my voice a whisper that barely breaks the oppressive silence. The air thickens with unspoken grief, and I catch a glimpse of Rowan Hale, drenched in despair, eyes reflecting a haunted reality. The bell, it calls to them. I can hear it. You mean you hear them? The vanished?
No, not them. It speaks in their voice. When it tolls, I feel them just for a moment. It's like I could reach out and touch them.
But they never return.
They do, but twisted, changed. It's as if the bell siphons their essence, leaving only echoes.
Echoes, and you think the town is hiding this?
You don't understand the bell's power. It's larger than us. It feeds on sorrow. It's hungry.
What do you mean by hungry?
It needs a sacrifice to keep the town safe, they say. But whose blood do they offer?
You're saying the town is complicit in this?
They've always been. You're not the first to ask questions, but you might be the last.
What do you mean?
You're digging too deep. The bell is just the beginning. People disappear, yes, but it's not just them. It's everything they knew. Their memories, their joys, gone.
I can't stop. I need to know the truth. What happened to Eliza Grant?
You do not want to know what they become.
Tell me. I need you to show me.
You'll hear it yourself. Listen closely.
What do I listen for? Listen for the patterns, the silence between the tolls. That's when they come. They?
The ones lost to the bell, the ones it has claimed.
I need to record this.
You should not. It will draw their attention.
It's now giving me 14 error codes.
You will doom us both.
I'm already in the deep end. I can either drown here or fight to find the surface.
Ma'am, we've lost the West.
We need to leave now.
Wait, I can't go without.
You'll never leave this place if you don't listen.
What happens if I stay?
If they find us first, the footage will disappear. The bones will vanish. And all of this will be a footnote they redact again. We need that key. Cam hesitated, then nodded. They suited up for the fourth and final dive.
What did you mean? What's the truth?
The truth is buried with the tolls. The town doesn't want it uncovered.
Then why do they let you stay?
Speed was pride. Speed was prestige. Speed was politics. But speed also killed. In April 1912, RMS Titanic left Southampton with the quiet understanding that she would not only arrive in New York, she would arrive early. Faster than Cunard's Lusitania. Faster than the official record. And certainly fast enough to deliver her cargo ahead of schedule. But Evelyn Cross no longer believed that had ever been the true goal, because the real reason, she now suspected, had nothing to do with passengers and everything to do with payloads.
We can't let this go. We need to uncover the truth before it's too late. No matter what it takes, I will find out what lies behind the toll of the midnight bell.
As their destination looms ever closer, the road ahead remains an open question, a test of resolve not yet fully answered. The depth of their unspoken bond speaks volumes in the silence.
Have you seen a man wearing old-fashioned clothes with a tiny flower pinned to his lapel? He was in my compartment. The conductor frowned, a crease of confusion knitting his brow.
Thunder rumbles softly, a distant echo of the midnight bell tolling, muffled and haunting.
The storm raged outside, but nothing compared to the tempest brewing inside. I could still hear the frantic words of Suspect D ringing in my ears. You'll be another echo, another sacrifice. The streetlights flickered as I turned down the alley leading to the belfry, the air thick with the stench of salt and the promise of more rain. I had to confront the bell, no matter what it took. It was calling to me, and the weight of its secrets pressed down like the storm clouds above. I pushed open the heavy wooden door to the belfry, the sound creaking like an ancient warning. The interior was dimly lit, shadows dancing across the walls. Dust motes swirled in the air, glinting like lost souls caught in a liminal space. I could feel the oppressive air around me, as if the very structure held its breath, anticipating what was to come. This was it, the heart of the mystery. I steadied my recording device, feeling the weight of everyone I had spoken to resting on my shoulders. This was my moment to capture the truth, but what was I truly prepared to hear? If anyone is listening, this is Alex Renn. I'm here in the belfry of Aberdune. The bell tolls at midnight, and I am determined to uncover its secret. There it was, deep and foreboding, but this time something felt off.
You will hear things that shouldn't be heard.
Who was that? The distortion played tricks on my ears. The bell's sound shifted, warping slightly, as if it were morphing into something else. A voice, perhaps? What secrets do you hold? Show me the truth. I know you're hiding something. Show yourself.
The growl intensified, a chilling reminder of the danger lurking just outside.
Who's there? You shouldn't be here, Alex Renn. The bell knows you're here. What do you mean? How do you know my name?
It knows everything. It waits.
They reached a utilities track edged with chain link. A sign on the gate warned against unauthorized access, and below it, someone had scratched a smiley face into the paint and then gouged a vertical line through one eye as if to cancel it. Frost had thickened on the gate's lower bar where cold pooled. Reeves pressed his fingers to the padlock, then to the wire near it, then sniffed his fingertips.
Gerald stepped forward, irritation flaring. And you are?
No, that's not.
His words struck her like a physical blow. She felt a cold sweat trickle down her spine, her instincts screaming to abandon her quest. But she couldn't. No, I won't let this place win.
Show yourself. If you're hiding something, I need to know.
Chapter 1 begins here. The story unfolds with mysterious elements. The protagonist discovers something unexpected that changes everything. As the plot thickens, new characters are introduced to the narrative.
Then make me prepared. This is the last time I'll ask. What does the bell want?
It wants what you want, but you won't like the price.
The price, the sacrifice. What have you done to Eliza Grant? What are you hiding? You can't keep this buried. I will find the truth, even if it means confronting the bell itself. What lies beyond that last chime? Whatever it is, I will face it.
The sound of the bell still echoed in my mind, a haunting reminder of what had just transpired. I could feel the weight of the town pressing down on my shoulders, each cobblestone street a testament to its secrets. The air buzzed with a tension that refused to dissipate, and I knew something had shifted within me. I was no longer an outsider watching from the periphery.
In the dim light of the rectory, I replayed the recordings again, desperate for clarity. Each chime had been a warning, and now I was left sifting through whispers. I had a newfound purpose. I needed to expose the truth, whatever the bloody price. As I wandered the corridor, I could almost sense eyes watching me from the shadows. The bell might have sealed its secrets, but I had allies ready to break the silence. I approached the desk, littered with old notes and a map of the town, the edges tinged with history. I grabbed my phone, heart racing as I dialed Counselor Griffith. "What do you want, Alex Renn?"
We need to talk about the bell. I know it's more than just a tolling noise. It's a pattern, a signal. You're looking in the wrong direction. That bell doesn't care about you, or me. It's a relic of a time best forgotten. You're wrong. It has power, and you know it. People go missing, and it's connected to the bell's tolls. You're hiding something. I can feel it.
You tread a dangerous path. Those who delve too deep often lose themselves. How is it you're so certain?
Because Eliza Grant isn't the first. I've heard tales. This isn't just folklore. It's a warning, but it's more than that. It's a warning about you and the others.
And what if you're right? What then?
Then we expose it, together.
The silence that followed was heavy, filled with unspoken words. I could almost hear the ticking clock, ticking, ticking, reminding me that time was running out.
Help me. We can find the truth and stop the tolls from claiming another life. This isn't just about the past anymore. It's about the present. It's about now.
Fine. I'll meet you at the belfry tonight. But be prepared for what you might find. That bell has a way of revealing things we're not ready to face.
I'll be ready.
As I ended the call, a wave of adrenaline surged through me. This was it. I was stepping into the unknown, no longer merely an observer, but an active participant in the unfolding mystery.
Each chime spoke of the weight of history, the confluence of lives intertwined with the bell's call. I needed to be ready for anything.
Tonight, the truth will surface. I'll gather my recordings, my notes, and confront whatever lies hidden in that belfry. No more running, no more hiding.
And then there it was, a sudden gust of wind rattling the windows, as if the town itself was whispering warnings.
What secrets does the bell hold, and what will it demand in return for its revelations? I felt a chill crawl up my spine. Whatever lay ahead was inevitable. I will face it. It's time to unravel the threads of fate that bind us all.
The air hung thick with anticipation as I approached the belfry, my resolve hardening with every step. The bell loomed above, silhouetted against the dim glow of the moon, a sentinel of secrets waiting to be unearthed. Floorboards creak beneath my weight. I took a deep breath, steeling myself for what I might discover. The truth was a double-edged sword. It could free or condemn. The faint echo of the tolling bell, a singular note reverberating through the night.
As I reached the top, the heavy door creaked open. Inside, the belfry was a time capsule. Dust motes swirling in the beams of moonlight, a tapestry of shadows stitched together by the soft glow of my lantern. Lantern crackles, illuminating the room. I could hear it, the whisper of the bell, a pulse echoing through the walls. The tolling bell rings, resonant, heavy. 12 chimes. Each toll felt like a heartbeat, each pause a breath caught in suspense. The bell, it demands something. It's not just a sound, it's a presence. I recognized the voice. Maeve O'Rourke, the bellkeeper's grandchild. She stood before an old ledger, her fingers ghosting over the pages.
What do you mean, it demands? It remembers the lives it's touched. Each toll is a prayer or a curse, depending on how you embrace the truth.
The clock echoed again, but something was different. A 13th toll resonated, reverberating through my very bones.
No, it can't be. With frantic urgency, I pulled out my recorder. The sound was unmistakable. I played it back, and there it was, the faint, distinct whisper woven into the chime.
You must listen before it's too late. I felt my heart race. This was it. The missing pieces were falling into place, distant waves crashing, a gentle crescendo.
The bell. It's not just reflecting what has happened, it's warning us about what's to come. I turned to Maeve O'Rourke, urgency in my tone. We have to stop this. We need to break the cycle.
But it was too late. The bell tolled again, each ring a countdown to something inevitable. Bell tolls, each sound echoing with finality. I felt a chill, a deep-seated fear creeping back into the corners of my mind. The bell wasn't merely a reminder of the past. It was the harbinger of new horrors yet to unfold.
I won't let it claim anyone else. Tonight, we'll unravel its mysteries, and we'll face whatever it demands of us.
As I stepped back into the night, the weight of the unknown pressed down on me. I could feel the town watching, the tide of history swirling around us, waiting for the next toll of the bell. The true test was just beginning.
We'll confront what lies ahead, and perhaps, just perhaps, we'll find redemption in the echoes of the past. If you live in a town where a bell rings without a hand to pull it, send me what you hear. Anonymously, if you must. Patterns matter. So do silences. I've left the recorder in the nave. I'm on the bell line. If the 13th chime exists, it won't need me. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8,
9, 10.
11, 12, and something else.
Play it again. Solo the near-field mic above the belfry.
A hidden playback, or the bell's own echo of a debt unpaid.
If there were servos, you'd need power traced to the tower. There isn't.
Follow the wire that isn't there. Capacitor charge, swapped at evening prayers. A human hand could do it. If they had keys, they shouldn't.
I never took Grandad's keys. The door opens on its own when the clock stumbles.
My first tape of Aberdune's bell had no 13th shimmer. I remember it anyway.
You heard the phase split on 12. You heard the hiss drop on 3 and 7. You heard the servo that isn't powered. If the town is staging it, you can prove it from the timing. If the bell remembers us, that proof won't matter. 3 questions for anyone who listened closely. 1. Why does the door groan only off beat? 2. Who benefits from the gull masking the number before the council vote? 3. What changed in the room tone between 11 and 12, and who was close enough to change it? If you live with a bell that rings without a hand to pull it, send me what you hear. Patterns matter. So do silences.
On my first night in Aberdune, I logged the tide pins on the rectory map. The pins didn't mark the sea, they mirrored the chime counts. I should have solved it then. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, ring the bell, and tell your friends about my listening library.